Greetings, Founder. So glad to finally meet you. I'm Laiyo, your head of human assets. Everyone here in the human assets office has just been aching to get on a conference call with you. Our philosophy? Eliminate cost centers and build human efficiency. We transform people from a human resource into a monetary resource. Hey, Founder. Great to see your smiling face. How are you doing? It looks like you're doing great, honestly. Throwing up structures, clearing off territory, that makes for a lot of busy hands. Employees will get the job done for you, of course, but don't forget about the people working behind the scenes. People like me and my citizen staff. We keep the employees functioning properly. Between you and me, Founder, converted employees don't know the difference between a hairbrush and a pack of grub. So we monitor their vitals, make sure they have enough biofuel to keep their performance high. And some of us even have to log in from time to time and take direct control, upload new work routines, that sort of thing. It's essential work, Founder, and nothing makes me feel better than doing essential work. That's what keeps workers motivated, you know? The knowledge that their labor is essential. It provides a kind of motivating pressure. I'm sure you're feeling some of that pressure yourself. Founder, I was just at the advisor off-site retreat. We went to a trendy new restaurant, ordered some drinks, had some laughs. You have a group of experienced pros behind you, Founder, and one child. That power engineer is very young. However, it makes sense in a way. You can hire young talent much cheaper than experienced veterans. Hiring Ayana must have saved the council quite a bit in startup costs for this venture. On the other hand, looks like they really splurged hiring that admiral. I found her rates on the network. Oh, they are high. She has a long and successful combat CV, and she's worth every credit. It makes me wonder, though, if I was the council and I was spending most of my hiring budget on military, it's probably because I expect to fire a lot of guns, let's say. They must be expecting stiff rebel resistance. That's a big tip, Founder. If you can see someone's budget, if you can see how they're staffing, you know what they're thinking. And the council is probably thinking our city's gonna get shot up. Founder, we need to talk. I've been conducting an efficiency review of your advisor offices and, well, the waste management team is not working optimally. That's an understatement, actually. Vern allows his subordinates to self-manage. He doesn't check timesheets, doesn't get performance reviews, doesn't hold regularly scheduled one-on-ones. I tried to confront Vern about it, but he started ranting about work philosophies. He's doing all of this on purpose. It's a management strategy. Look, there are a limited number of worker management philosophies which are proven to increase performance, and this is not one of them. Letting workers manage their own time sounds good, but it doesn't work in practice. If Vern won't start leading with a stronger hand, Founder, I think you should start headhunting a replacement for him. Founder, I've been experimenting recently with some new methods for motivating the employee support staff. People who don't yet understand why conversion is so critical to the economy tend to get upset working with employees. Oh, it's unethical. But these people gave up their autonomy. They signed a contract. That's ethical. But a lot of the people we have doing employee support work, this is their first big career job. They don't have experience thinking through these kind of basic, low-level morality traps that the rest of us have already conquered. So, I was thinking of holding a class about the whole conversion process and why it's actually very ethical. There would be a workbook, logic puzzles, topics to discuss with your seat partner. Oh, could feel fun, actually. So I'm spinning that up now. We can put most of the advisors and their staff through it in the next few weeks. We'll let you know how it goes, Founder. Hey, Founder. Remember that class I was planning to run? Employee ethics? I think it was successful. I do. I'm still waiting on the participant feedback forms to come in, but I think I taught them a lot. There was some stuff that surprised me. Some people got into much bigger arguments than I anticipated. But it is important to fight this stuff out. People integrate new learning better if they're forced to defend it against outside attack. It's a pretty neat brain hack. Get them to fight it out, and the winner feels a lot more sure about what they know. And of course, I provide them with enough of the right answers to control what the winning argument will be. This time, though, there was a lot more argument than I anticipated. Your Admiral, she's intense, I must admit. Whew. And I was surprised by the corporation monitor we have working with us. Hess, he is a tough one. Anyway, I'm feeling a bit tired. In the future, I should probably hire someone to do this kind of training. We'll talk later, Founder. Founder, I've been thinking. The way we handle employees now, it seems cutting edge today, but in a couple years, it won't be. Employees work hard and they don't complain, but they're not so great at social tasks. Currently, corporations are rushing to fill that gap with AI. With machines. It's flashy, it's cool, but it's not the correct solution. No, I think the correct solution is still people power. Social tasks need social workers. Social workers who can work forever and never complain, but still humans. So, how do we combine the best of humanity with the best of employee technology? It's not about making AI better. It's about making humans more obedient. I think that's the next frontier in workforce technology. That's what we need to figure. How to keep that human ingenuity, that human sparkle, but none of that bad human attitude. Think about it, Founder. That's the kind of world we would thrive in. If we had those workers, we could do anything.
Hey, Founder. I'm Sola Irala, your one and only Chief Logistics Officer. You call me if you want something or someone to go from point A to point B. I've been doing this a long time, and I've seen and moved it all. Vats of blood, live octopus, bodies, an 8-foot statue of Einar Pier herself once. Just give me some time to rig a vehicle together and I'll get it moving. Founder? Hey, I'm glad you stopped by. I hear you've been doing a lot of impressive stuff. I've worked at enough companies that I can tell when someone is going to be successful. My last founder, I believed in her so much, but in the end, well, you know. But I know you won't let me down like that. I mean, you've got too much riding on this for it to fail, right? And you can count on me, too. I'm honestly one of the best logistics officers on Titan, and the most modest, too. Anyway, don't let me keep you. I'll be around later if you want to chat more. Oh, Founder. I figured you'd be too busy thinking of brilliant initiatives to call little old me. I'm in a bit of a mess down here. I'm still sorting through the new contraptions. I got distracted by my shiny new project. I created this. It's gorgeous. It's an N-scale model of the city. It even has movable roads and trucks. I made the trucks myself. I even made some little employees to go inside, and the windows are made out of spare clamshell packaging we had lying around. I hope you'll like it. Oh, I can't wait to show you. I'm so excited to get these beautiful beasts working as efficiently as possible. With this model, I'll be able to predict if there'll be any jams or delays, and I can account for them ahead of time. Whew. You can count on me to take care of these trucks and roads. Shoot, I've kept you to myself long enough, haven't I? But come back soon, Founder? Hey, Founder, how are things going upstairs? I've been retrofitting a truck to move some waste for one of Vern's workers. This is perfect timing, actually, because I wanted to talk to you about it. Vern seems nice enough, but all of his underlings have wildly different specifications for moving waste. So instead of making one truck suitable for all of them, I have 5 or 6 different designs now, and it's getting expensive. Could you maybe have a word with him? Maybe make him decide on the best single way to transport this stuff? I don't want to annoy him, but everyone should be more like Laiyo. He gave very specific instructions for exactly how much room each employee requires. I mean, I don't know what he needs so many damned employees for when we have trucks to do half that work, but at least he's specific. Makes transporting them a breeze. Although, only last week I mistook one of your citizens for an employee. Oops. She made such a fuss when I tried to stuff her into one of those employee boxes, you should have heard her. Wasn't my fault, she just looked so dull I thought she must have been converted. I won't make that mistake again, though. But, nice chatting to you as always. Swing by anytime. Hey, Founder. Oh, it's so great you're taking the time to call me. I'm working on refitting the trucks with an all-new, more robust suspension. The roads on Titan tend to get pockmarked to hell, and having trucks with low fault sensitivity is so important if you want to keep them on the road for as long as possible. It's great fun. I love modding vehicles. I've been doing it ever since I was a kid. I'd spend hours putting together model trucks and trains. If only Titan had trains too. But anyway, once I'd gotten my first job, I started saving up to buy a real truck. I went for an RX-13 Bevan Big Boy. I don't think they were ever really popular outside of Mars, but it was the only thing that could handle sand in the engine. My dad was always worried because I was never into dating or having friends. All I cared about was my triple B. And you know what? I don't think that's changed that much. I'd replace most people with a gorgeous machine any day if you gave me a choice. Oh, sorry, Founder, I gotta get back to work, but I'll catch up with you later, maybe? Hey, Founder, how's it going? Things have been just great down here. Laiyo sent me more employees yesterday. He said it's normal for us not to be so keen on them. It's not that I mind them that much. At least they listen to all my stories without interrupting, but they're so organic. I mean, the ideal world, we'd all be replaced by machines. Well, all except for brilliant innovators like you, obviously. I should get back to the floor. One of the employees accidentally stuck its hand in an engine, and now we're in a mess. Gonna have to junk the entire thing. Way too much blood in there to salvage it now. See what I mean? This wouldn't happen with automated machines. One day we won't need people at all, huh? One day. Founder, hey, I'm always happy to hear from you. Did you hear about the disaster over at Bixham Heap? I just got a call about it. Apparently, the vehicle's fuel line was shot to bits after one of those rebel attacks. So, when they drove next to a crevice giving out that noxious gas... you can guess what happened. It even blew up a nearby pylon. Nothing left of that or the truck. They lost 15 employees, too, or something like that. But don't worry. I'm always careful. I always check our trucks after rebel attacks. We won't be losing any vehicles anytime soon, I hope. I promise.
Founder, I was wondering when you'd arrive. We got a lot of work to do. I'm Alexa Carrick, your military advisor. Around here, they call me the Admiral. I manage your ships, armaments, and military personnel. Plain language, that means I make sure that rebels and our competitors don't kill us. I've worked with a lot of startup cities here on Titan, so don't worry. I've seen it all. Landfaller cities come and go like the rain. For now, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp. If we want to survive on this poisonous rock, we'll have to work hard. Hey, Founder. Nice to see you're still kicking. Last job I had, the Founder didn't make it a week. I'm not exaggerating. Everyone thinks I'm exaggerating about that. He actually died after 1 week. He wanted to be physically on site at a ruined salvage op. There's a reason we do that stuff with employees, you know? You get a couple of good lungfuls of ruined debris and you're good as done. It's what drives people into military contracting, actually. It isn't exactly safer to do military work here on Titan, but construction and salvage, they kill you slow. At least with private military stuff, if you're gonna die, you die quick. My staff appreciates that. And they got incredible body mods now. I have a couple myself. My doc told me I can survive depressurization for half a minute. So yeah, I'd much rather be doing this Ironside's work, getting ships and guns in the air, than digging in the dirt. Anyway, keep sharp, Founder. I want you alive as long as possible. Because you're the one with the council funding. Hey there, Founder. I was just down at the shipyard, and I gotta say, the operation we're putting together is pretty slick. Good ships, can't complain. We're building strong birds that can get in the sky and stay there. I know that sounds like not much to celebrate, but, well, I have had some bad gigs on Titan over the years. My philosophy is, you have high expectation, but deep inside, you celebrate every day you don't die. My worst job? The ships were fine, the crews were fine, but the management was awful. Imagine, you sign up to fight rebels, but then your boss tries to steal from the council. Suddenly, you're facing contractors with superior firepower, council cruisers breathing down your neck. The council didn't go after me when the dust settled. My CEO, though, he definitely died. Look, if you're gonna play on council land, if you're gonna take council cash, don't challenge them. We got good ships, Founder, but they have better ones, and a lot more of them than we do. Hey, Founder. Been running mock ops on your other advisors here. Look, as head of security, I gotta know who would be the first to crack under enemy pressure. If one of our allies gives away our security codes or tells our competitors where we park our ships, then we're done for. I gotta say, the girl you hired to do the power systems is one tough nut to crack. She's got no weaknesses, as far as I can tell. No family, no debt. I don't know how she did it. That waste management officer, though, Vern, yeah, he's a weak link. I see a lot of weird loans here. And I also got an eye on that court monitor, but that's normal. All the monitors are snakes. At least with him, we know where the threat is coming from. The council. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled, Founder. Can't trust anyone on this poison rock. How you doing, Founder? Taking some time off lately? I tell my soldiers the human brain needs a hobby. You need to get emotionally invested in something that isn't work. My thing is historical weapon simulators. I've got some force feedback hardware that I rigged to simulate a couple lunar gun emplacements. Stuff from back during the crash. Cheap, ubiquitous, low-tech. Honestly, it's beautiful stuff. Back then, you didn't waste resources on intelligent locks, aim assist, any of that stuff. Just cold, hard metal. Some of these old machines are fairly complicated, though. I've spent the last few months scripting just one emplacement. You have to model all the moving parts, test it, reference old holograms. It's fascinating. I keep trying to get the defense staff interested in this stuff, but most of them are employees, and employees don't do hobbies. Now that I think about it, that might be one of the worst things about being an employee. You're physically incapable of having any fun. Hey, Founder. Was just checking my mail, seeing how some of my old crewmates are doing. One of them finally got a position with the contractors. He married into a contract and everything. If you marry into a contract, you get free land, free body mods, generous stipends, school for your kids, the works. But you also give up a lot. You fight for the council, so you're fighting all the time. And you know, you get shot. Some of those contractors are mostly made of carbon fiber at this point. And your kids are signed up for it too. It's a family thing. That seems wrong to me. I think this is a life you gotta choose to live. You can't force a kid into war on Titan without asking. My old crewmate thinks he's lucky, but I'm not so sure. Doesn't sound like such a sweet deal to me. How's it going, Founder? We recently finished up a round of team building over here in security. It means I made the staff party together, Founder. That kind of stuff is more important than you think. But not all of them are really suited for partying. Those modded employees, for example. I understand why we manufacture guys like that. They make this city possible. But as people, they leave a lot to be desired. They lose most of their capacity for social relation. They were kind of like furniture. We were sort of partying around them. Founder, I know you need to build more and more of those guys, but I wish there was another way. They can't tell stories about the campaigns they've survived or the ships they've flown. They can't bond with their crewmates. They're just boring. Good at their jobs, yes, but extremely dull. I feel like it's not right for us to make people boring. But that's what you gotta do to succeed on Titan, I suppose.